After I started meditation, the major transformation was I became a vegetarian. So that was a big challenge for me because I used to eat
Happy morning, dear friends and masters, the East, and happy evening to those in the West. Welcome to day 25 of our journey together. Yesterday, we delved deeper into the fascinating topics of pyramid energy and pyramid valley. Today, we'll be expanding our knowledge on vegetarianism and plant-based diet. Let's welcome our master and coach, Rakesh sir.
Happy morning, friends, and a wonderful evening. Yes, Pyramid Valley International, amazing energy spot. Just finishing the Buddha Purnima celebrations there. Today is the last day. One thing, when I started my practice, just listening to Patriji, in many spiritual practices, we hear there's so much of restrictions that you have to be like this before you progress. And many were asking these questions too. And what I was surprised when Patriji would say, and when you are into meditation, there's absolutely no restrictions. You can practice it anytime, anywhere. You don't have to have these special postures. No need to have many. You don't have to live a certain way, except for probably only 2-3 things. Everything is okay, is what he would say. Except there's no interference. No interference in somebody's life, somebody's progress, no violence or no killing, no violence in thought, no violence in physical violence, and no killing. Because when we are one with everything, we are all part of same energy. We do not have any right to harm somebody else. We do not interfere with somebody's way of living. These are the only 3 no's that he would say. And this included not just humans, but everybody, everything and everybody, including animal kingdom. Because everything is that energy. We have no right to interfere. So those are the only 3. And I started hearing many stories. You just heard this video, many people talking about their diet. I've always been a vegetarian by birth, but at some point there was always this question that I had as to how does the choice of diet make a difference? Something that I read a quote, and there is always this question that, okay, to become a strong power, you need those proteins from non-plant food. But I read this quote saying, think of the fastest, the strongest animals and the tallest animal. So which are they? The elephant, the horse, the giraffe. The strongest animal, elephant, and they're all plant-based. They are vegetarians. They don't eat meat. So the question that we always had, again, this is all conditioning that we continue to have, that the food that we take determines our strength. And of course, as I continue to study and we keep hearing this, right? We've heard this about how we bring energy. Food is the least amount of the energy that we get. We gain a lot more energy through meditation practice. Food is to enjoy. Food is to enjoy the taste. In fact, I was just talking about yesterday, met a senior master in Valley last year, who would eat probably just one dosa a week for the past 10 years. And she was so healthy. She was, in fact, very, very active. Otherwise, she wouldn't take any food because she liked it. She enjoyed the taste of it, so she would take it maybe one a week. Other than that, absolutely no food. So you start understanding that food is not the only source of our energy, and you do mainly to enjoy. So that food diet, contrary to what we've been hearing, is not necessarily the reason why we become stronger. And we experiment on this, right? But most importantly, and this is something that I recognized why I became a vegetarian, and I've been hearing many stories. We are in this path. When we start practicing meditation, we become more compassionate. The compassion includes compassion towards every being. Heard this story from Dr. Ramani, how the animals in the animal farms are treated and what happens. And we'll understand this a little more scientifically. When animals are killed for food, and how it actually harms our body. So friends, we look at this diet from that perspective and understand. And again, people have seen becoming vegetarians as they start practicing meditation, because we become more compassionate. We feel that oneness. So let's understand this, but we go into the meditation again today, the breath mindfulness meditation. For any of you who are new, the technique is very, very, very simple. Sit on a chair or on a floor. There's no need to have special postures. Cross your fingers comfortably. Place it on your legs. Close your eyes. We don't use specs. If you're wearing specs, you can remove them. And observe the simple and natural breath. Very, very natural breath, whatever that is to you. You don't have to force any inhalation or exhalation. Whatever that is natural, you just observe the breath. At any point in your nose, And as you observe the breath going in and coming out, slowly the mind becomes empty. The goal of this meditation is to empty our mind. Because when we empty our mind, we connect with that energy field, we become one with that energy. Many experiences we can have, or we just become empty. Before doing that, we start with the small process called heart elevation, which is bringing up elevated emotions to your heart. Of course, there are many benefits to it, but the most important benefit is to go deeper into our meditations. And can we move to that slide? We bring up elevated emotions. We place our chest. We take some deep breaths and bring in some elevated emotions like love, gratitude, joy. The way to do it is to remember some event in the past or some event that you are manifesting for future, where you experience these emotions: love, gratitude, joy, compassion, and you stay in that for a few minutes. The guidance uh, will be there, and then we go into the breath mindfulness meditation. All right, so relax, friends. Thoughts are very common part of this process, as we already understand. Whenever we recognize our thoughts during meditation, we bring back our attention to the breath. That's all we do. We don't fight with the thought. We don't analyze the thought. Right? So let's get into meditation, friends. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Comfort of the body is important. If you want to take a back rest, you can. And completely relax. Remember, this is a time for yourself.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area and rest your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel this loving heart center, your primary connection into the quantum field, the center for all experience of life? Connect with your heart center, dear friends, which is expanding all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your life, from your past, present, where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, or any of the heightened emotions, and relive that moment and elevate yourself? Relive that moment of love and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. And allow yourself to direct that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth, where it is received by the needy. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. With your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge into that greater quantum field of energy. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural best. We gain greater clarity. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thought. Slowly and slowly can you become aware of that emptiness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. allow yourself to experience this emptiness. That infinite depth of that emptiness spreading far and wide. All emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited field of quantum energy with limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected, the more you become of it, and the more you receive from it. It is natural to have thought. If you recognize you are thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness as no body, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. That greater intelligence your higher mind everything and everybody are connected in this field of energy. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the more you lose yourself to this nothingness, the more we experience everything. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to all things and everybody? Your gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, your mentors, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your partners, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the company, the system, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is an high state of receivership. Relax your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate.
Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system
I am powerful.
repair your body.
And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Okay, friends. Hope you had a good session. Sometime back when I was doing a session, there was one participant who would say he's been practicing meditation, and at some point he would not be able to go deeper. He was really struggling. And then somewhere he was trying to figure out, and something that hit him, and he said, I've been a non-vegetarian and I've been taking meat because my culture, my environment, my family, they've always been doing it. He just asked, oh, is this the reason? Because I don't seem to be progressing. So friends, and this story about people practice meditation moving to a more plant-based diet and hear this many stories. Of course, Chandra has always talked about how he became vegetarian after he came into the practice. But what really was for me an eye opener was Lawrence, the co-founder foundation. Comes from France, which is, as you can hear, I probably hear about it. From childhood, everybody is mostly non-vegetarian. People eat meat. I mean, that is part of their life. So when she came into practice about 8 years ago, all her life she's been eating meat, and which is natural for them. Within a month of coming into the practice, she just made a decision. She mentioned this. Overnight, I'll become a vegetarian. She's just made that decision. So that was quite revealing for me. But there is more to it. There is more science, and we start understanding the sustainability, understanding the science of the health. We realize plant-based diet, there is an important place in our life. So let's understand this. I'll show a few slides just to kind of recognize why it's important. So we'll hear some of these, or see some of these quotes from very successful and important leaders in various fields, right, from all walks of life. Mahatma Gandhi, of course, we know. And his quote, and this is a very powerful quote: the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest American presidents who brought an end to slavery. And he spoke about this. And friends, these are all vegetarians, right? People who've been practicing vegetarianism. I'm in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. It's treated both animals and humans equally. Albert Einstein's need no introduction. Nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances of survival for life on Earth as much as evolution to a vegetarian diet. Carl Lewis, many may remember, he was the fastest person on the Earth. He maintained several records in the 100 meters, 200 meters, the Olympics, won many gold medals, 9. He was a vegetarian. Charles Darwin, the love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. And this is a very thought-provoking quote. If a group of beings from another planet were to land on Earth, beings who consider themselves as superior to you as you feel yourself to be to other animals, would you concede them the rights over you that you assume over other animals? Something to think about. It was Dr. Sir Isaac Newton. He was a vegetarian. Leonardo da Vinci, the greatest artist. Time will come when men such as I will look upon the murder of animals as they now look on the murder of men. Yes, again, Plato and Aristotle, the gods created certain kinds of beings to replenish our bodies. They are the trees and the plants and the seeds. Pythagoras, of course, Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel winner, poet. Steve Jobs, the most well-known entrepreneur, and technologist. He was a vegetarian. Thomas Alva Edison, the inventor. Non-violence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. Until we stop harming all other living beings, we are still savages. So friends, again, we hear some of these quotes, we understand, again, comes from a sense of oneness, compassion, but we'll also understand a few more about the studies, the science, which actually talks about why plant-based diet is important. One of the longest running studies in the US showed that cancer is cause of 3% of all deaths worldwide, and most importantly in US it was 15%. But what was found was among vegetarians, it was 60% less. Now, this quote by the medical director who was part of this study said, some people scoff at vegetarians, but they have only 40% of our cancer rate. A myth, and I spoke about this, that you need to eat meat to build, have stronger muscles. And you look at all these animals, the buffaloes, bulls, the camels, elephants, I mean, some of the strongest mammals on earth, they're all plant-based. They don't eat meat. Of course, our human body and many scientists have also talked about it. If you look at how the structure of the herbivores, the jaw, the teeth, the way we chew the saliva, our structure is closer to a herbivore than a carnivore. It means humans are meant to be herbivores. There's another study about how the foodborne illnesses, the major cause of it is actually the meat contains 13 times more pesticides than vegetables. And this was something that was surprising to me. Of course, being a vegetarian myself, I've never questioned the importance, as I have always been. I enjoyed these experiences, not because my family was telling or something, but I questioned myself. It was more of a choice for me. But this was quite surprising. The water that is needed to produce food a 1 pound of lettuce or a tomato, potatoes, any of these fruits and vegetables, as compared to any meat, You save more water by not eating a pound of meat than you do not take shower for 6 months. So much of water is needed to produce a 1 pound of either a chicken, pork, or any of these meat. 100 times to produce beef when compared to producing 1 meat of apple. This was astounding for me. Pollution. Study in China, 40% of China's water supply is polluted to unsafe drinking water, and half of it is because of the livestock. Talk about sustainability, we talk about global warming. I think this was a study sponsored by UN. The greenhouse warming carbon gas, one of the biggest reason for the greenhouse is the deforestation, and the deforestation, the number one reason for deforestation is to create the land for grazing, for animal farming. Burning of enough rainforest happens to produce just one hamburger, which is equivalent to drive cars for 25 days. We hear about pollution caused by cars, but imagine just one hamburger produces the same greenhouse warming carbon gas. Again, sustainability. How much of land is used to produce plant, the vegetables or fruits? You can feed 23 people from the same land as compared to producing just enough chicken to feed 2 people. Similarly, and this is all some of these studies which was quite surprising to me. The food that is produced globally, we talk about global hunger. The food that is produced, only 2% is actually eaten by people. It's an irony. 77% of it is fed to livestock, which is in turn eaten by people. So much of food. Yeah, again, this is the UN report, talks about how most of the greenhouse producing gases is because of the animal farming. Finances. Look at how the priorities are given. There's more amount of advertising money spent, billions of dollars, to just advertise a new burger, meat burger. And look at how much money is spent on promoting healthier lifestyle. Of course, the ancient wisdom has always been speaking about plant-based diet. Ayurveda spoken about the importance of vegetarian diet. Yoga has always talked about the core aspect, the yama niyama, the ahimsa or non-violence. Buddhism, of course, practice compassion, and compassion means compassion towards animals too. early Christians have. Again, it comes from different practices, but from the understanding that when we harm somebody, it comes back to us, because we want, end of the day, we feel that oneness. And Patriji, and he was, I have not seen anybody more passionate and more strong in advocating vegetarianism. He would say this: even if you are not meditating, you have to become a vegetarian. He was so strong about it. He was never hesitating about promoting plant-based diet. So friends, we look at this again. It's not necessary that it's not about have to. We all have choices, right? We have choices. It's not that to practice meditation you have to become vegetarian, but we start experiment. We look at this, we recognize what is more important for me. Many of it, of course, comes from conditioning, but we can experiment, like what Lawrence did. And she said, the moment she became vegetarian, her whole lifestyle changed. She felt much lighter. For somebody who's been eating meat all her life, all she did was take a decision one night. Because these are all individual practices, and we recognize, we start experimenting. Let's take a challenge. Let's see what happens. Why don't I practice for next 40 days? Let me not eat meat. Let me look at plant-based diets and see what difference does it make to me. Patriji always said, don't believe anything that I say. Experiment, find it for yourself. Because these studies help us to shift our perspective, recognize there is a different understanding. But what we do is practice, just like how we practice meditation. Find out for ourselves, practice it, and then you recognize. But we have seen many people who turn vegetarian as they start practicing meditation and find that difference. Become healthier, become lighter, go deeper into the practice, of course. It's something to think about, friends. And we continue to encourage everyone to take this step and see what happens. Right? So thank you for listening. Yes, Sanjay.
Hello.
Yes.
Namaste, Rakesh sir. Very good morning to you and all beautiful souls. Sir, I have been practicing vegetarianism since many years. Even I am abstainer to alcohol and other things. I don't eat meat and eggs or anything related to it. And because of my practice, it also influenced to my family. However, I never forced anyone, but my immediate family was inspired from my this practice, and they also became vegetarian from many years. So as I live here in Pakistan, So their cultures, they eat meats, and it's a common here. Moreover, wherever I go, most of the time they means order biryani or something with beef and chicken, even at my workplace. So, however, many of them know that I'm vegetarian. So I asked for the veg food. So problem is that the people ask me question that why you are vegetarian. So there are many Hindus here. So some of them also eat chicken. They don't eat the beef like us. They say that we don't eat cow's meat. So problem is that they say that the other Hindus are eating. So why you don't eat? So however, I give them some examples from a religious text or religious point of view, but in the scientific way, like you said that we are the uh, herbivores. So you probably had the listened the Zakir Naik. He said that they give the reason that the plants are also living things. They plants are living things, and the when they eat the we have the canine teeth. So we are not herbivores. We are both. So one reason is the scientifically they gave it, and the other thing I would like to ask about the what because the Sir Chandra ji also had a conversation the few in the few sessions before that we should eat the vegetarian the sattvic bhojan. So how does it impact our meditation scientifically? So I would like to know, because I can give the reason of scientifically, because people believe in the science, not so much religious perspectives.
Yes, of course, we are not here to defend any of this, right? When you talk about, and this is something that keeps coming up, plant versus, plants are living beings too, of course. Then let's say stop eating plants too. Why not? There are people who they don't eat anything. They're just breatharians. Why not? Meditation brings that energy that you don't necessarily need to eat food. We eat food for our taste. So friends, the question here is also about the degrees, right? I mean, is it truly that, plucking of fruit from a tree versus killing an animal, is there a difference? Ask that question, right? I mean, it's not a question of argument, but it's a question of understanding. So we experiment, and of course, there is a lot of other studies that we've all just quoted about how, in terms of global warming, the sustainability, our this medical study which showed about obesity. There's another study which showed that meat-based is the highest cause of obesity, and obesity has many other, roots for many other conditions in the body. So there's a lot of study, right? It's not a question of defending this. It's about making aware of the understanding, but more importantly, we start practicing. But when they come into meditation, and I've seen this, right? It's about compassion. What we cause, it's a question of cause and effect. What we do unto others, we do it for them ourselves.
Sir, is it related to the sin, any kind of sin? Because people,
it's not a question of sin, it's a cause and effect. If I create an instrument, or the whole, we talk about this, global warming, the usage of plastic, the usage of, the how we cut down the trees. what is the effect of it? There is the action that we take, there is always an effect, consequence to it, right? Now the
Means
consequence comes back to us because karma is we create. If we harm somebody, at the end of the day, we realize, hey, what is that person experienced? I want to look at it too. Because to truly understand the consequence of my action, I have to experience it too. So the cause and effect is for us to learn and understand what is good, what is right. So we want to experience that too. So when we take some action, there is a consequence. When we interfere in somebody's life, we want to experience back that same thing.
Sir, but here the doctor gave the reason that if the people don't eat, they don't get the vitamin B12. So
We've seen this, right? So again, the question here is we see this. There's a lot of animals, like the strongest animals, they don't eat meat. So it's not about defending. Again, this is something that we keep doing it. It's not a question of defending. It's a question of practicing. Experiment it. The animals, all these animals, I mean, don't they have enough vitamins? I mean, we talk about all these. So we bring this to the attention of everybody and ask them to experiment. Find it for yourselves. Try it out. Just like how we say, practice meditation, try it for yourself. We don't force anything to anybody. We don't interfere in that sense. Experiment and see for next 40 days what happens. Why don't you try it out? Instead of trying to compare and make a judgment, why don't we experiment? Right? Because there is always, when these are beliefs, sometimes it becomes hard. There's no right or wrong. So it's easier to let them experiment and find it for themselves, right? Just like how when we practice meditation, no amount of theory can bring out the benefit of meditation till we start practicing. All right. Thank you. So Sri Chanji, before we listen from you, so I just want to see if there are any announcements. So Kiran.
Sure. That should we invite Kotreshji?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kiran. So can you please allow me to share?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Dear friends and masters, good morning and good evening. So here, as you know that we're all, running successfully the Buddha, our Buddha Siva Foundation. So here, this is regarding the donation. So this is a organization. We don't expect anything from the people, but at the same time, we are running the organization. So donation, it makes us to be run more within the projects, more with the programs, and it will help us to be spread the meditation all over the globe. That's what we request, the donation for whatever your possible thing from your side. Please make a donation for Buddha Siva Foundation. Here, some of the list we have a donation list since from April to this time. It has been who have been shared with us. just to announcing on this in this program. Yeah.
You don't need to share footage. You can just mention their names. That's
okay. Here the people who are sharing monthly recurrently, this is how it is. Dulapali Nagapradeep Ratnavelu and Sanimalai sir, and NTK Textile Rajkumar, Santosh and Koteshwar Rao Gatte, Narendra Babu, Ladini Perla, Karthik Kumar and Gopal Urvi, DC Sharath and Ajay and Narmana Hari, Satish Kumar and Alakya. These are the people monthly they are contributing to a foundation. And here some of the names where people are paid more than 5,000 rupees. It is not like all the names should be announced here. Some of the names, because of the shortage of time, just we are announcing here. The all whatever they donated, very important for us. Same time, yeah. Here, Sudhakar Venkat, who has been paid more than 5,000 rupees, and Jai Kumar, and again Nagapradeep, and DCC Printer, Isha Vasant, Kaushik, MTK Textile, Rajkumar, Nilanjan, and Savita Reddy, Sanimalai, Suranga Varapu, Nagaraje Rao, Arvind Sampur, Dadi Venkatesh Someshwarampu, Devika Gokhale, Govind Prasad Gautam, Mallikarjun and Nagendra Prasad, Parshuram Hallu, Rita Goa, Surabhi Jain, and Sweta Verma. They have paid 5,000 rupees. These are the people, and we expect some of the donation from your side, whatever is possible from your. Hence, it will help us, as I said that already. So we have in our portal, there is a link, donation link. It is there. Please go ahead and check it out. At the same time, we have also some of the US contribution also we have. That will be also announced. Yeah, it will be announced later. Yeah.
Thank you, Utesh.
Thank you.
So, friends, we are very. Can stop sharing.
Sorry, Rakesh, just give me a minute. And we have a sponsorship of a gold, silver, and bronze. Here are the names. Rakesh has been silver sponsor. It's a 50,000 rupees, and bronze sponsor is a 25,000 above. Here is the Ganesh Margabandhu, Anil Devata, and Agya Kaur, and Rajendra Prasad. These are the people who have been paid 25,000 above. Yeah, this is how it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
Yeah.
Yes, we are very grateful to everybody who is supporting this mission. Our mission is to reach everybody. We continue to take this wisdom of meditation to colleges, to communities, and we are taking up many new projects. One aspect that I recognized as I came into this practice is what we give is what we receive. Giving in terms of time, our energy. That's why our foundation also encourages so much of service. Utesh here course, he's been contributing. He's in many ways, every volunteer here, like Kiranji, Apurva, Ramesh, I mean, all facilitators here, they're doing it just out of service, because what we give is what we receive. Our progress increases when we give it out. Very, very grateful to everybody who's contributed in many different ways. And there is no, it's not just a question of amount, the question of the energy that they contribute. Thank you, friends. As we continue to spread this mission, it's great to have many of us part of this. Thank you. All right.
Sir, we have another announcement.
Yes, go ahead.
A gentle reminder, dear friends. Today we have a full moon special meditation session led by Chandra sir from 9 to 12 p.m. IST, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. IST. Please take a moment to connect with the powerful energies of full moon meditation and the group meditation, of course. Thank you very much.
Yes, today is a special day with Buddha Purnima and moon, so please do join. Yes, Chinji.
Namaste to all, and namaste to Ameshji, Rakeshji, and the entire, I would say, the family now, because we have been now together for so many days, 25 days together, makes you a family member. So thank you all my family and Buddha CEO, as well as the special day today, Buddha Purnima, what we are celebrating by evening with the Chandra also. Two aspects I would like to share and maybe understanding data building. What you talked about, the amount of energy or amount of water or amount of space which is used to produce non-vegetarian food for the people who are really still as non-vegetarian. So I think it was an eye-opener. And while we in the industry are talking about the BRSR and ESG, etc., where sustainability is in society, and we talk about the social, many things we are talking about. But this aspect is not so far come up so well the way you explained. So my compliments, and I'm sure I would take it up further very strongly in all respects in the industry, so that we are converting thoughts. We cannot be against anything, but certainly mindset change towards the vegetarian. Second aspect, the fellow being was talking about that why plants also have life. We all know plants have life. But fortunately, God has gifted us in such a manner, even if you are not plucking the fruit from a, let's say, mango tree, it will happen that the fruit will fall down for you, which you can easily eat, or other animals do also eat. We grow the wheat, for example, when it really gets ready, it is bound to come out for you. It is not still, the nature gives you by default and by the way of it, and so that you can easily use that for your vegetarian food, whether it is anything and everything. I think it's all linked. You pluck it or you get it, it's a nature is giving us. I think that belief must be there in our mind, that we are not taking away anything from the living, but rather we have been offered by the nature, and we can take maybe for the livelihood, maybe for the taste. And yes, as you rightly said, that some people are only vegetarian, who only breathe and live it strongly, so not a problem. But certainly vegetarian food, as of now, we all understand right since the beginning, from the birth to the, and that we do need milk to the whatever food we get. So we thank nature, we thank planet Earth, but on the other side, we must give it to Earth back. As I say in maybe earlier conversation, I also mentioned, धरती माँ का ऋण चुकाओ, वृक्ष लगाओ, oxygen बढ़ाओ. So that's a drive. And I asked earlier also, I am on a mission at least to 1 lakh trees immediately in a way, and 8 lakhs for the lifetime. They have so many seeds available, particularly Moringa. Anybody wants can always give me a message and it will be delivered at least in India by the courier. That's one mission I have taken. And next mission as anti-tobacco, I had been there since long, and more than 300 people I have made them stop smoking, stop eating tobacco, etc. Since 2000 I started. But now the mission today, I am taking a manifestation on a very great day that I would now ask people to be vegetarian. That's another mission I'll pick up in person. That's my manifestation. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Happy day.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, I know we spoke about this earlier. Absolutely. A great mission to take up. People in the whole Promote Spiritual Society movement, people do this vegetarian rallies. Talking about this, it's so much of passion. I think one thing that we can do definitely, apart from this, is of course take this meditation, because we've seen this again and again and again and again. People who start practicing meditation naturally give up. It's not about somebody forcing. They start becoming compassionate. They give up meat naturally. So definitely it's a great cause, and happy to see you part of this. So thank you.
Thank you, and pleasure.
So friends, yes, so Ramaji, so we'll come back to you. So we'll just give a short break so that people can drop off, and then we come back to more experiences and listen to your questions or experiences. And play a short. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Please go ahead. Yes, Ramaji, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Please go ahead.
Sorry, I need to put my DP picture there. Today's topic is really something that everyone on this planet Earth needs to consider. Yesterday, in one of the sharings, Sir said that we only have a couple of years before the glaciers melt. And we talk about global warming and other situations. But many people are not aware that 30 to 35% of global warming is caused by transportation of meat. And earlier, when man lived, he was forced to hunt because farming was not so prevalent, but they did not have the wherewithal. You know, if you look at the ancient man, he didn't have the cooking facilities to cook the varieties we are able to cook today, and he was forced to hunt and eat. But as man evolved, there were so many options available. And one of the important points Sir mentioned today was the cause and effect. People are not, it's very difficult to connect because we are not individually looking at, oh, I have not done it, so it's therefore I cannot be a part of it. If you look at what's happening in South America, they are flooded today because the previous government has raised down Amazon forest in such a careless manner that people are experiencing the effect of that. And transportation of meat was never a part of our culture until unless, I mean, there was a country that came up with this fast food concept, and from there it started meat transportation. All said and done, the basic part of we being herbivorous, and hippopotamus and rhinoceros, all these animals are so strong eating vegetarian. One of the concepts that we need to eat animals to provide the nutrition is such a deep-rooted belief that no matter what convincing, people are not able to come out of it. So this has been one of my paradox. Although when my son was in college, he would tell that, ma'am, it was surprising that a lot of families from vegetarian would eat non-veg because of the influence of the environment. So how do we kind of, bring in that awareness for the younger generation? Is my question.
Simplest answer for me is introduce them to meditation. But of course, I mean, you rightly said, again, it's a question of belief systems that is carried. Because once you believe something, you are so strong, that is the truth. And now we know with meditation, naturally we are open to making those changes. So one way to do it, of course, for me personally, that is how I look at it, because I don't look to convince somebody to become vegetarian. They're not trying to interfere in what they're doing. Right. But when we start practicing meditation, we start feeling that, right? So that is one great way to raise the level of awareness. It's all about, as you rightly said, it's question of awareness. It's question of the level of consciousness that we have. And the simplest way that I know is to introduce meditation. But of course, we also give examples of others who've gone through this. For me, Lawrence, Chandra, they're all great examples. How personally they transformed. I'm sure here there are many. If there are anyone who's not been practicing vegetarianism before, but then they move to vegetarianism, sure we would want to hear your story. Right? It's a question of raising awareness, bringing more and more. No need to be frustrated. There's always we learn with meditation, because things happen. As long as we do our work, we continue to share this wisdom, have a strong intent, so things will change. Yes.
We have Chandra ma'am who wants to share. She was unable to raise her hand earlier. Chandra ma'am, can you please see if you can talk?
Yeah.
Yes, Chandraji.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kiran. Thank you, Rakesh. You're really doing an awesome job in the place of Chandra's rare, because I thought I want to hear him talking every day. That becomes a part of life and the meditation. You did awesome. I'm so happy that you are filling the blanks. Excellent. It is really a limitation. I shouldn't think about negatively. I couldn't raise my hand. It's gone. That the icon doesn't like me. It's gone somewhere. So that's why I have to wait for, thank you, Kiran, for doing this. Because today I really wanted to say, because this vegetarianism is so close to my heart, and I feel it is not one versus the other. People have to understand, we are not here to say, you don't eat meat, I am better than you, I'm better than you. That is a very human, normal human person, to whoever in the street, they are talking politician or whoever. But Buddha meditation, after having this, our understanding and awareness is so different. Whatever even say, I know now how to even go and approach people who are non-vegetarian people. I know how to talk to them, not hurting them, not offending them, but telling them we are all with common sense, with 6 senses. We are everybody educated. The office people, if you go and tell them, they have to argue for some time. Argument is argue. We don't need to say you are wrong, you are eating non-vegetarian food. I can say my guru, so that is Sai Baba, he always said the rajasic and tamasic qualities, which always be more expanded in one's personality, the more he eat the red meat. That is really true. Sometimes it creates so many things inside the body, we don't know what it is. So it is going to definitely make that person more violent, more angry, emotionally more unstable. All these things are happening, what the food we are eating, the physical food. And sattvic food is different. If they don't even have anything on that basis, it's going to definitely affect his personality, and also he's going to be a kind of confused personality to the other people. I'm not saying you should not eat meat at all. Only thing what I feel is we get everything to eat. We are not starving. Are we starving? If there is no meat one day, there is no chicken or anything available during COVID time, people are so worried, and how do I get this much store? I have to store this. No, don't even worry. You have enough to eat. That's what I'm saying. If we are all in some desert, having nothing at all, we like to eat some kind of whatever is available. That's what I feel. But anytime after coming to a certain point of awareness with the meditation, I don't even think this is one versus the other. There is no question of if there is an X, I am going to be, what is our first guidelines? Be open to all. That's I learned from this meditation. Open and accept. And I am so glad I am ready to open, even if you call me with a bad name, I'm ready to be open and listen to it. I'm not going to point my finger at you that you are pointing me. No, I'm going to definitely listen and say, there is some logic in it, why he called me an idiot. So that's something I have to work into myself. These are all, it's a long-term issue going on with the vegetarianism, non-vegetarianism, because of our childhood conditioning. If I have given meat, I'm all along from the typical family from India, so I eat only vegetarianism all over. But if I'm started with meat, I should have done, I'm eating too. So this is basically the childhood conditioning bring us up to here with this kind of habit. But now because all my children, I told them, I'm not going to cook meat in this house. You guys, whatever, they both are born here. So they are only vegetarian even now. I'm not saying they are higher or anything, but what I feel is if you ask me, they have no right to go and kill another one and eat. And I don't want to. Did we ask them, can I kill you and eat a chicken? No, we cannot. So that is my humble view. It's nothing against anybody, but it's all in the basis of awareness. That's what I should say. Thank you, Kiran, and thank you, Rakesh. That's mine. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Well said. We don't have to fight with anybody. We're not telling somebody is wrong. It's not a question of right or wrong. We experiment. We tell what we know as the truth. And of course, we take some of this and ask them to introspect. One of the things that I heard Dr. Ramani speak in my initial, some of these programs that he was there, he spoke about how he went to a animal farm, the slaughterhouse, and saw the animal getting crushed. And he spoke about when anyone, including us, right, when there is a danger, we produce a lot of this cortisol because we get highly stressed. So when any animal is in high stress, they pump in a lot of these hormones into the body. It's not necessarily good for even for us. We talk about not being stressed all the time because stress impairs a lot of our body conditions, body workings. So when the animal is killed, just about to be killed, it produces so much of it. And the same thing that we eat, it, of course, we ingest all this cortisol, all these stress hormones. So when that happens, of course, we take in that too. So, I mean, that was an understanding. Again, it's all about understanding all these different perspectives. As long as we are open to it, as long as we recognize that, okay, there is something different, I need to understand more. Right? In Norway, when I went, I saw it is, all meat-eating place. It's part of their culture. Yet in a museum, I saw a video about how there is this whole animal farm, how much cruelty is shown on the animals. Looking at this video, you just have to show such videos and ask them, is this what you want for yourself? Because when you treat somebody, that's what you're treating yourself. And when they talk about how it is bad, it's not right, and what we are causing, obviously something that we need to think about. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Chandraji, for bringing this up. Hi, Aruna.
Hi,
Patiently
Rakeshji.
waiting. Yes.
No, thank you. I just wanted to today is I just had this discussion about food this afternoon with one of my friend. I just wanted to share my journey of what helped me transform and into become a vegetarian. So there is this beautiful book I just wanted to share. It's called "What You Eat Is What You Are." And that book has innumerous amount of knowledge about how food can actually help us cure different things. So that book is something which I fell in love with and I shared with my family members and they all read. But it's not easy to convince everyone to change and leave their favorite food. So this is what happened to me when I changed my mind and gave up meat. So this was long back, couple of years ago. I was talking to one of my colleague. I just wanted to share this because I'm not saying I'm not going to say anything like whoever who likes to eat meat, but I feel like there is this urge in human mankind. It went from early civilization, as Ms. Rama said, from ancient civilization, how to survive by basic things and growing, and the civilization and man evolved into such a pattern, like you are doing wonders in the world. At the same time, food has become so intricate part of every culture and every you take any background. But the thing is I felt this after I heard that one of my colleague told me about one of the best delicacies in the world. It's called foie gras, and it's a duck fatty liver, which is very sad after I heard. So what happened is in this to make this delicacy, they actually feed the duck, like they put a funnel in the mouth and feed the fat in such a way that the duck becomes big and becomes fat, and then they kill. So it's a gruesome process, but I wanted to share that food is something which you need to survive, not to make such kind of gruesome act in order to make it to enjoy, which I did not like it. And that is when I thought humankind cannot go to an extent where you're mercilessly killing another living thing. At the same time, you are engaging in this gruesome process just to make your palate happy, which is very sad, right? You don't want. So this is what happened earlier. Man is trying to find food to live the day, and now we came so much in advanced generations where we are exploiting that knowledge. That's what I felt. So vegetarianism is, I know some people say that even plants have life and plants are also like living things. Yes, that is true. I completely understand. But your life, whichever religion or whichever belief you have, I think human life has also a purpose, and you have to just be alive. Just to be alive, you need a as minimal quantity of food or any kind of nutrient in order to survive. And not only that, in the past, at least I would say in the last decade, the global warming, one of the other reason which I wanted to mention is methane gas, which is produced from cattle, is one of the highest contribution for the global warming, and that is only done because from the food industry. And I know that is something which many of these big corporates and food industries, they don't come in terms with when you're talking about global warming. So leaving that aside, as we understand, how to be a human is to respect any living thing around you, just to let it live. We are not so much technology or so much advanced, like we hurt living thing which cannot voice itself, just to make a delicacy out of it. That was the point I decided, and I know it's not hard to convince everyone around you, but I think that is one of the biggest and wonderful decision I have taken. I know, again, it's hard to convince even immediate family members whom you share this, but again, I just wanted to share this. We don't want to be evolved in such a way that your creativity, your intellectual energy is not to make these gruesome acts just to enjoy food. That is the basic thing I wanted to say. And as I said, that was one of the book I read. It is What You Eat Is What You Are, and it has very good information about different kind of vegetables, leafy vegetables, and how it helps to overcome inflammation, because gut inflammation and microbiome. I know Dr. Srinivasji is here, Jolapalam. He has more immense knowledge about scientific understanding about the food and how it affects your health. And I have seen mostly in my family back home and also here, this is such a sad thing to say, but I have to say this, that you see girls and kids are going into puberty and adolescence very early because of the food they consume, and mostly because of the animal products which we give to them. And this is something which most of us doesn't know. But if you see the difference, the way how the cattle or you see poultry is raised right now, it is like they are speeding up with growth hormones, and they're feeding with antibiotics, and they get so much resistance to all these antibiotics, and the same amount of the same chemicals which are there in the body, we are taking them. And that's why how we end up having a lot of, humans end up having a lot of health problems. And I have very little knowledge about it, but whatever little knowledge I have, I try to implement in my day-to-day life and try to cut down as much of animal products as possible. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I'm a big, activist when it comes to promoting healthy living and healthy food habits. I know I'm not in a great shape to say I'm like a healthiest person, but I definitely have a huge respect for vegetarian food.
Wonderful. Yes, we want to be passionate about it. You don't have to be activist in many ways because you take that stress for yourself, but we want to be passionate about taking this awareness. Because friends, any of you are interested, these presentations you can request. But many of these is, looked at these researchers and use this information to bring awareness. Ultimately, it's about making aware about what happens And of course, leave it to them to make that choice. We don't force anybody. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Aruna Madam.
Sir, we have Ashok Mittalji. Can we take the last one? Will Kandeep come to some tomorrow? We have a breakout room after this, so we'll hear from Ashokji last.
Thank you, Kiranji, and thank you, Rakesh sir, and thank you, masters. Actually, I have nothing to add additional because all the masters who have spoken, they have covered everything. But I will definitely, since given an opportunity, I would like to connect the dots. For any person, for example, if I talk myself, first of all, it's a question of me and then the family and the rest of the society. And we know that we eat to have energy and gratification, the taste. Now, our body is made up of 5 elements. We know that Panch Bhuta, out of which 3 bhutas, 3 elements we are consuming. One is the food, that is the earth, and the other is water, and then the air. And we know our body is 72%, 73% water. And air, pranayama, we are getting energy. So it means the component of earth is very, very little in getting the energy. And it is not there that non-veg food is always very tasty and veg food is always very bad. It can be other way around. So it is a matter of an understanding. It's a matter of mindset. That is what I want to say. And you have already, sir, actually, I raised my hand only to say, which Rakesh sir has already given, that whenever an animal is killed, a lot of biochemicals are produced and because of the aggression feelings or because of the fear feelings, and that is damaging our body.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that is
sir.
what I want to add. That's all.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, I think there are many information. My suggestion, please go to PMC English, PMC Hindi. There are many videos we talks about all of this, how you can make better sattvic vegetarian food. So friends, I think, yes, thank you, Ashok ji. This topic is very, very, very important, and glad that many are talking about it, sharing this to others. Please continue. Best, and I always say, best and the easiest way is to bring people into practice of meditation. Easiest way to raise this awareness. So thank you. We'll meet back again tomorrow. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, friends. See you all tomorrow, same time. Thank you.
Hi friends, let me share with you a hard truth. Out of 8 billion population across the world, only 3% people, they are successful. 97% people, they are not happy and successful. The reason? They are into the wrong profession, and you may not be an exception. I am Arvind Sood, numerology and Vastu coach. First time into my life, I am going to conduct 2 days live फ्री वर्कशॉप ऑन न्यूमरोलॉजी एंड वास्तु, जहां मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा कि आप अपना बर्थ चार्ट कैसे बना सकते हैं 5 मिनट में, अपना रोल, अपना गोल आप कैसे पहचान पाएंगे। फिर मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा कि वास्तु कैसे काम करता है, कैसे ऑरा क्रिएट करता है, कैसे कॉस्मिक एनर्जीज काम करती हैं, और इसके साथ एक लकी पार्टिसिपेंट की फ्री लाइव डेट ऑफ बर्थ की कंसल्टेशन भी दूंगा, और एक ऐसी यूनिक लर्निंग दूंगा वास्तु की जो आपके लिए बिल्कुल नई होगी। सो प्लीज डू नॉट मिस दिस गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी। Click the button below, mark the date and register yourself immediately.
శ్రీ విష్ణు రూపాయ నమ శివాయ. నృసింహస్వామికి ఎన్నో స్తోత్రాలు, కవచాలు అవన్నీ ఉన్నాయి కదా. అన్నిటికన్నా శక్తివంతమైనది ఏమిటి అంటే ప్రహ్లాదుడిచ్చిన కవచం. ఎందుకండి అంటే మీరు ఆలోచించండి, ప్రహ్లాదుడికి 5 ఏళ్ళు ఉన్న చిన్న కుర్రవాడు, అయినా సరే నృసింహస్వామి యొక్క టెక్నాలజీ, ఆ తంత్రం మొత్తం కరతలామలకం. ఎలా పిలిస్తే స్వామి శక్తి ఇగ్నేట్ అవుతుంది, ఎలా పిలిస్తే స్తంభంలోంచైనా సరే స్వామి వస్తాడో, ఏం చేస్తే స్వామి శాంతిస్తాడో, ఏమి చేస్తే రక్షిస్తాడో, ఆ టెక్నాలజీ మొత్తం తెలుసుంది ఆయన ప్రహ్లాదుడు. అలాంటి ఆయన ఇచ్చిన కవచమే ప్రహ్లాదకృత నృసింహ కవచం. తొందరలో నృసింహ జయంతి వస్తుంది కదా, అందుకని మనం ఈ కవచాన్ని నేర్చుకోవడం ఎంత అదృష్టం ఆలోచించండి. ఆ పని వీడియోలో చేద్దాం. మొట్టమొదట కవచాన్ని నేర్చేసుకుందాం, తర్వాత అది ఎలా చెయ్యాలి, దాని ప్రయోజనం ఏమిటి, దాని అర్థం ఏమిటి, అవన్నీ కూడా మీకు చెప్తా. ధ్యానం. ధ్యాత్వా నృసింహం దేవేశం హేమసింహాసనస్థితం వివృతాస్యం త్రినయనం శరదిందు సమప్రభం లక్ష్మ్యాలింగిత వామాంగం విభూతిభిరుపాశ్రితం చతుర్భుజం కోమలాంగం స్వర్ణకుండలశోభితం సరోజశోభితోరస్కం రత్నకేయూరముద్రితం తప్త కాంచన సంకాశం పీత నిర్మలవాససం ఇంద్రాదిసురమౌళిస్థః స్ఫురన్మాణిక్యదీప్తిభిః విరాజిత పదద్వంద్వం శంఖచక్రాదిహేతిభిః గరుత్మతా చ వినయాత్ స్తూయమానం ముదాన్వితం